On November 30th, 2023, Frontier had released their latest DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2 called the Cretaceous Pack. This DLC contains 4 new carnivorous creatures to the game: Concavinator, Utahraptor, Tarbosaurus, and Gigantoraptor. However, the question that me and a lot of people are asking is, what's next? What does Frontier have planned for 2024? If they have a plan, that is. In today's video, I would like to do some speculation on what could come for the future of Jurassic World Evolution 2. Since Nothosaurus already entered the game with the Marine Species Pack back in August of 2023, and the Tarbosaurus in the Cretaceous Predator Pack 3 months later, the chances of us getting a Manticorp DLC seem to be getting less and less likely. Saying that, it's still possible because Frontier has surprised us in the past. I made a video a while back about possible DLCs back when the Malta DLC was announced, and I figured I would give you guys an updated version of that because since then, Frontier has opened a lot more doors of possibility for where Jurassic World Evolution 2 could go. But before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. But with that said, and without further ado, let's begin the video. Okay, let's get the first and least likely DLC out of the way, and start off with a pack I call the Cenozoic Pack. Even though the chances of this pack becoming a reality are slim to none, it's not completely out of the question. I say this because Smilodon was featured in Season 4 of Netflix's Camp Cretaceous. Even if Tarbosaurus and Nothosaurus were released in a Manticorp DLC instead of their respective DLCs, if Frontier were to put Smilodon in the game with the other two that I just mentioned, it would feel out of place. I think the smarter thing to do would be to put Smilodon in a Cenozoic pack. That way, more animals from the Cenozoic era could be placed in this pack, and Smilodon wouldn't feel as out of place. The idea that I had for creatures in this DLC would be Smilodon, Woolly Mammoth, Phorusrhacos, and Megaloceros, just to start us off. If Frontier wanted to, they could easily add more Cenozoics as time goes on. Just like the aquatics and pterosaurs in the game, the Cenozoics would have their own hatchery, but unlike the other two, Cenozoics can be placed in with dinosaurs. Imagine having mammoths and apatosaurs in the same enclosure, or having a raptor fight a Smilodon or even a terror bird. How cool would that be? I guess you can already kind of do that in Prehistoric Kingdom, but imagine seeing that in this game. Imagine the battle royales that YouTubers like myself could make with that idea. If this DLC doesn't become a thing in Jurassic World Evolution 2, then Frontier should at least consider this idea for Jurassic World Evolution 3 if they decide to make a third game. If there's one thing that Frontier seems to love when making DLCs, it's Cretaceous dinosaurs. So far, there are not 1, not 2, but 4 different DLCs with the word Cretaceous in the name. 5 if you want to count the Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack from the first game. Frontier, you do realize there are 2 other dinosaur periods filled with dinosaurs in them, right? Okay, Triassic not so much, but definitely Jurassic. Luckily, I have some ideas for a potential Triassic and Jurassic pack. For the Triassic pack, I would add in Postosuchus, Eoraptor, Placerius, and Plateosaurus. And for Jurassic, I would add in Tajungasaurus, Torvosaurus, Camptosaurus, and Ornitholestes. This way here, Frontier would be adding more variety to the other 2 time periods other than the Cretaceous period. This next pack is a pack I like to call the Hybrid Pack. Now it's pretty obvious which creatures I would like to add into this pack. The first one would be the Spinoceratops from Camp Cretaceous, and the other 3 would be the ones from the first game. Stegoceratops, Spinoraptor, and Ankylodocus. This way, Frontier would be killing two birds with one stone. They would be one step closer to completing the roster of missing species from the franchise, as well as completing the first game's initial roster. Since Frontier had already released an aquatic pack, they still have yet to release a pack with all pterosaurs. This next pack will add in more variety to the otherwise scarce pterosaur roster. The species I'm thinking about placing in this pack are Rhamphorhynchus, Tupandactylus, Nyctosaurus, and Hatzegopteryx. Rhamphorhynchus would add in another small pterosaur aside from the Dimorphodon and Geholopterus, while the Hatzegopteryx would serve as a pterosaur that rivals Quetzalcoatlus in size. The next DLC idea I have is a Permian Pack, a pack that adds in 4 different creatures from the Permian era, so then Dimetrodon doesn't feel lonely or left out. The creatures that will go in this pack are Inostrancevia, Moschops, Scutosaurus, and Adaphosaurus. The next DLC idea that I have for Jurassic World Evolution 2 is the Herbivore Pack. Since Frontier has already released a Carnivore Pack, why not a Herbivore Pack? The herbivores I was thinking about putting in are Microceratus, Psittacosaurus, Stegoros, and Shantungosaurus. Microceratus would add in another missing species from the franchise, and the rest of the herbivores would add more uniqueness to the game, especially Shantungosaurus, which is one of the largest hadrosaurs ever discovered, and in the game, it could be an upgraded version of the Iguanodon, able to stand up to the likes of T-Rex and Giganotosaurus. Stegoros would also add a more recently discovered dinosaur into the roster, having been discovered in 2021. The final DLC I want to talk about is a potential Piscivore DLC. At the moment, we don't have enough piscivores. We've got Spinosaurus, Suchomimus, Baryonyx, Deinocheirus, and in the first game, Spinoraptor, but that's pretty much it. The creatures I would like to add in this pack are Irritator, Ichthyovenator, Siamosaurus, and the White Rock Spinosaurid itself, Vectospinus. Like Stegoros in my Herbivore DLC, Vectospinus would be adding another recently discovered dinosaur into the roster, being discovered in 2022. The rest of the Spinosaurids, like Irritator and Ichthyovenator, would be adding more variety to the Spinosauridae family. But what do you guys think? What dinosaurs/prehistoric creatures would you like to see in Jurassic World Evolution 2 in the future? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.